Hello, I'm Armin Budish. Welcome to Golden Opportunities.
Today, if you have diabetes and are on Medicare, we'll provide you with information about saving money. Don't just move to a new home, move to a new way of life. We'll explain. Then we'll pitch a few options to score a winning smile. And draw you in with news of a landscape exhibit. Plus, a new law may unintentionally cut your spouse out of any inheritance. Find out why.
April showers means we're ready to shower you with great information all month long, beginning today. So pull up a chair and join us at our kitchen table for Golden Opportunities. Maybe you've been ordering your diabetes supplies for years from a company you trust, but now Medicare's telling you that they won't cover the costs anymore. What happened? They always paid before. Mark Wolf is a pharmacist and CEO of Diabetic Care Services and Pharmacy, and he's here to explain what has changed. Thanks for joining us, Mark.
You're welcome. Pleasure being here.
Mark, so what did change?
What changed, unfortunately, is that Medicare enacted their competitive bidding law as of January 1st of this year. And what it really did is it limited the ability of people to get their supplies from where they're used to getting it from and the type of supplies they want on a regular basis. So all of a sudden, people have to look elsewhere for their products.
So you can still get through mail order, but only certain companies now can do the mail order?
Exactly. There's certain companies that Medicare has chosen, and unfortunately that they were chosen based upon low cost, and there was no recognition of quality or experience involved at all. So.
And the purpose of this was to bring down costs for people around the country? Was that the idea?
It is the purpose, but unfortunately it may not be necessarily in the long run the best solution, because by cutting costs where you're limiting supplies, people are going to end up in the hospital more often, and other things would happen where they could take care of their health at home, and that's what it's all about, is home health care.
Will this affect a lot of people in the Cleveland, Northeast Ohio area?
Absolutely. Unfortunately, we have well over 200,000 people, Medicare beneficiaries, living in the Cleveland area with some form of diabetes. So they are a regular user of their diabetes testing supplies, and what is going to happen is most people got their diabetes testing supplies probably about the end of last year. They usually get a 3-month supply. So what's going to happen is people are going to start reordering, and they're going to really starting to realize the effect that this law has, which means limited availability of their supplies.
What kinds of supplies are we talking about here?
Well, we're really talking about the supplies that the diabetic uses on a regular basis: the blood glucose meters, the test strips, and the Lancets. And these are the supplies that they depend on day in and day out. And what's going to happen, unfortunately, because of this new Medicare law, Medicare, they're going to have to either A, look for a different place, or B, try to figure out how to use a different type of blood glucose meter, because the one they're using, they aren't going to be able to get any longer.
If they've been buying their supplies from, or getting their supplies from a company, and they trust the company, and the company's not on this approved list now, is there any alternative? Can you still use the company somehow?
Well, there is an alternative in Cleveland, and that's Diabetic Care Services and Pharmacy, because what we're able to do is deliver the supplies to the patient's home, and within their Cleveland area, which would be the Cuyahoga, Lorain, Medina, Geauga, and Lake counties.
All right, so you're not on the approved list, but that people can still use your company and others like yours that are off the list if they do personal delivery as opposed to mail order?
I can't speak for what other people or other companies do, but based upon what we're able to do in the Cleveland area, yes, we're able to meet the needs of the patients living with diabetes, because we deliver in our own company vehicles.
If you have a company like yours that does personal delivery, doesn't that cost more than using mail order?
Absolutely not. Because we deliver the diabetes supplies at no cost. It is free. So we also take care of all their insurance paperwork, and the most important thing, they have the choice of the products that they want. They're not being restricted by ordering with us, so we're able to give them the brand name products they're used to getting.
So what a person needs to do is check with their company, see if they're still on the list. If they're on the list, they're fine. If they're not on the list, they should ask whether they have this alternative, like you're talking about, or some other alternative, personal delivery being, and otherwise they have to go to a different company.
Well, that's true, and we hope that they would want to reach out to us, because we'd be happy to take care of them.
Thank you very much for
Thank
coming.
you.
Appreciate it, Mark. So the bad news is your old reliable mail order provider might have been blacklisted. The good news is there are still no-cost options available. For example, you may still be able to get free delivery from a local company. My thanks to Mark Wolf for joining us today.
To find out more, call Diabetic Care Services and Pharmacy at 1-877-794-1999 or log on to www.diabeticcareservices.com. Next, why checking out a retirement community's services will serve you well.